Welcome back. Today, we are stepping into the mind of the most powerful man of the 2nd century, Marcus Aurelius. Imagine being the Roman emperor, carrying the weight of a plague, constant border wars, and the betrayal of close allies. Most would crumble under that pressure, yet Aurelius remained tranquil and disciplined. He didn't do this through sheer willpower, but through a mental framework known as Stoicism. Today, we aren't just looking at history, we are looking at a survival guide for the modern soul. We're exploring how to build an inner citadel that no external chaos can breach. If you're ready to master your mind, let's dive in. And don't forget to subscribe to join our journey into ancient wisdom. Deep dive, the core principles. 1. The art of objective perception. Aurelius believed that we are not disturbed by things, but by the story we tell ourselves about those things. He practiced stripping the mask off of events to see them for what they truly are. Deep explanation. Most of our stress comes from value judgments. If you get a flat tire, the event is just a tire has lost air. The judgment is, this is a disaster. I'm going to be late. I'm so unlucky. Aurelius argued that if you remove the judgment, the suffering vanishes. The discipline. Practice physical definition. When you are intimidated by a high-stakes meeting or an expensive luxury, describe it in its most basic molecular parts. This reduces the phantom power it has over your emotions. 2. The internal source of good. Aurelius wrote, "Look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will ever bubble up, if thou wilt ever dig." Deep explanation. We often seek discipline by looking for external rewards, money, praise, or status. But Aurelius taught that true discipline is an end in itself. He believed that a human's job is to be rational and social. The discipline. Stop asking, what do I get for being disciplined? And start asking, what kind of person am I becoming? Discipline becomes easier when it is tied to your identity rather than a fleeting goal. 3. The dichotomy of control. This is the most famous Stoic tool. It involves drawing a sharp line between what is up to us and what is not up to us. Deep explanation. We spend 90% of our energy trying to control externals, other people's opinions, the past, or the outcome of our efforts. Aurelius argued that we should ignore these and focus 100% on our own will and character. The discipline. When a crisis hits, ask yourself, is this something I can change right now? If the answer is no, your only task is to accept it and move your focus back to your own next move. Aurelius believed that the mind is like a fortress. If you build it correctly, no event, no matter how tragic, can actually harm you because your character remains intact. The deep logic. He argued that the only real harm is that which makes you a worse person, e.g., making you angry, dishonest, or lazy. If a business failure or a personal insult doesn't change your ability to be virtuous, then you haven't actually been harmed. Application. When you feel attacked by a situation, visualize your inner citadel. Ask, does this event force me to be dishonest? Does it stop me from being kind? If not, your fortress stands. 2. Memento mori, remember death. While it sounds morbid, for Aurelius, the awareness of death was the ultimate productivity tool. The deep logic. We often lack discipline because we think we have forever. We procrastinate because we assume there is always a tomorrow. Aurelius used the proximity of death to strip away trivialities. The discipline. He famously said, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." This isn't about fear. It's about priority. It forces you to stop scrolling on your phone and start doing what matters. The view from above. When Aurelius felt overwhelmed by the politics of Rome, he practiced a visualization technique called the view from above. The deep logic. Our problems feel massive because our perspective is microscopic. We get stuck in the now. Aurelius would mentally zoom out from his room to the city to the empire to the earth and finally to the vastness of time. The discipline. By seeing how small our current crisis is in the grand timeline of the universe, the emotional weight evaporates. This cosmic perspective allows you to return to your work with a calm, focused mind. The Stoic daily workflow. Aurelius didn't just think, he acted. His discipline was rooted in a structured daily routine that you can mirror today. The biggest misconception about Marcus Aurelius is that he was a passive observer. In reality, he was a man of intense action. His discipline was a way to clean the lens through which he saw the world. Once the lens was clean of emotion and ego, he could see exactly what needed to be done and do it without hesitate.